Long.
Blobs.
Well, the Eagles were on.
Blobs of fucking pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy that fucking disappointment. Oh my god.
Uh,
I would rather eat my own shoe than try to eat
Real.
what you're about to eat. Like what?
already ate it. I had 2 helpings of it already.
Oh god.
Greg,
fuck.
come
Oh,
on.
what?
Lord, Greg.
Treat yourself better, bro. What are you doing?
What are you trying to atone for here?
Are you trying to ready yourself for the next season of Squid Game?
Holy cow.
You know.
There's literally no reason for that at your big age.
Well, I'm going to keep eating it.
That's crazy. Oh, man.
Oof.
Nobody told me I had to keep stirring it.
Nobody should have to, Greg.
Okay, I'm going to drop the link where it needs to go, and then we'll hop in.
Oh fuck.
Man, you're going to really disappoint all of our other people who watch in the various nations.
Oh yeah, they're not gonna have this shit in Vietnam.
It's not.
You weren't recording.
Please.
No, we're on now. We're on now. We're live.
Oh, thank you for saying that, because I was about to say some more embarrassing stuff.
Well, I mean, you know, whatever
By
I
all
get to do
means.
isn't, Greg. Yeah. Far
Man,
be it
you
from
build your
me.
base off of whoever you want to build your base off.
You know, what if well, my base is definitely what I'm doing right now, these embarrassing type of stories.
The Sticky Pasta Boys. I got you.
The misadventures of an awkward black man.
Oh, that feels like you're just stealing someone else's IP at that point.
Yeah, all right,
That's a
Mr.
little
Ray.
too close.
I was like, how
Ray.
can I not be Issa Rae and be
Well,
myself?
you did not do it. That
Issa
was-
Rae. You're the Jar
was a
Jar
miss.
Binks of Issa Rae. It's okay.
Oof.
I wake up every
Jar Jar
morning,
Binks
I'm
was
rapping
racist.
in front of the mirror.
Stop.
Greg, you already have a TV character. You don't want to own it. You don't get two. Everyone should watch Greg's show, by the way. It comes back soon.
Also, everybody should read
What?
1984 so that you can call people on it.
His show is
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary.
Abbott Elementary, right?
It's not
Yeah.
my show. A character was based off of me loosely.
The second main character is Greg almost entirely.
I was about to
Yeah.
say, that's pretty...
That's like legitimately
Yeah.
Greg's life.
Hmm.
If he had just stayed in the system a little longer.
I'm in the system.
Good morning once, good morning twice, good morning enough times. It takes Okay, welcome to World
The school
Breakers.
system.
No, that's a great addition, Greg. Thank you for the clarification. Welcome to World Breakers, episode/session 14. Still unnamed group of 7 armed individuals. Now down to 6.
We're flirting with Philly's pack.
No.
No, we're not.
Made their way through the final room of the dungeon, getting the final scroll. So they had the words and now have it physically. Traversing the room of doors and picking Future. It came down to a vote, but Future did win. They were wished off to a bird's eye view of Elestria. This was a much different place. The Pangea had been split into continents. The coastal cities destroyed. Crag Hammer turned into a giant volcano. And there were 7 floating cities about the landscape. They were given no rhyme, no reason, though the passage was repeated back to them during this vista. "'Tis here we find our only chance, a weapon forged, a weapon pence." But after that visage, they were shunted into this new space. A vast sea with 5 floating platforms. A very large magical flame on the center platform with one Relcurus having a conversation with said flame that he does not seem to be having a good time with. Questions, comments, concerns before we jump in?
He was having a conversation with who?
This giant flame that's in the room.
And anywhere in the future was anything mentioned about the like? I can't remember what we're naming it right now. But...
You only saw the future. There was nothing said.
Oh, okay, got you.
Can you bring me over in the map?
Yes.
Thank you.
We
Okay.
didn't fight anything between our last no.
No, you got
Between
out
our
that
last
room
long
of,
rest.
No, you got out that room with no combat.
Okay. Just making sure. Okay.
And did
so,
we complete that room we were in?
Yes. Successfully got the final scroll without issue.
And now we're in the room with Valkyris.
Yes, you were in the room of doors, and this is a room you were unaware of, unnumbered. This is just where you ended up after the room of doors.
Okay. I ready fireball.
So you are land in this room as Valkyris is having a heated conversation. As he says, well, no, that's not fair. I did all the things, okay? It's not my fault I can do them all by myself. It wasn't written anywhere. As he is pacing up and down, full focus on the flame.
Bonus.
Everyone, stay very
So, like,
Can we hear anything?
hasn't noticed us yet?
He has not noticed you at all. The flame does seem to be moving and flickering in an unnatural fashion, and it is also blue. But you don't hear anything, no. But you can kind of see, the visual cues of Valkyris listening to something.
everyone, let's lay down. Stay very quiet. Stealth.
And he stopped. Oh, everyone, if you want to stealth, go ahead and roll stealth.
Yes.
Sure.
Is Pass Without Trace anything that deals with do I have to do what is that? Do I have to say words? What is that called?
Oh, probably. Although that kind of let me see. Let me check.
That'll defeat the purpose.
Well, you're not really supposed to do it, at the moment you need it. Yes,
Oh,
there is a
Alright,
verbal component. There's a verbal component. It lasts for an hour, so if you're doing it in the moment, then you just planned poorly.
All right, never mind. We're good. We're good. Let's let it rock.
Okay, so everyone go ahead and roll stealth for me.
Can you roll for me?
Yes.
11.
Oh fuck!
I am
Oh,
stealth.
please.
If you get caught, I will not get up with you. I'll just pretend I am not here.
We have a 26. We have a 10.
16.
16.
Slyrax an 11.
Got an 11. We are going to need Jerry's.
Yeah, give me 1 second. My computer's going real slow right now.
You're good. 19 for Sabet.
Jerry gets like 6 rolls to do this, right?
Jerry gets
6
one.
roll advantage. No, come on. He's invisible.
What the fuck is going on, man?
That floppy disk.
Yeah, damn floppy disk.
Jerry is invisible, but he wears heavy armor, which would naturally give him disadvantage. So I imagine it would balance out.
Ooh, DM burn.
What the fuck, dude?
roll
Can you
it
roll
for
for me? Is that possible? Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm about to restart my computer.
Okay, do. An 8. Okay.
All right.
So as Relkiris keeps pacing, he says, "No, why would I make a deal with that thing? I don't know what it is. It's not trustworthy. I'm just a guy doing a job, okay? You can't just make up rules on the fly." As he keeps pacing. Okay, so then how do I get out? You can't just keep me here. No, look, listen. I don't care how old you are. I could break this fucker, all right? I could. I'll fucking do it. We'll all be stuck here. I don't care. And you see him kind of take the two crossbows off his back and starts adjusting the centerpiece. I'll fucking do it. I don't care. I'll do it. No, fuck it. No, you can't change the rules. I can't change the rules.
Solaris? Oh, no, not Solaris. That's the group. I don't want to be stuck in here. We need to. Yes? No?
Can you say that again?
Well, I don't want to be stuck in here. We need to stop him, yes?
I agree. I think it's time to speak up.
You can see his crossbow start to glow red.
Katra steps forward. Say, No. You've already trapped me down here long enough.
Hey! He got just a quick crack crank, and the light just goes out of him. Oh, hey! He puts him away. I was just waiting for you guys.
Didn't look like it.
I don't know what you mean. You clearly just arrived.
Okay.
Come on down here. Come on down. Water's fine. No, don't fall in the water. Stay on the platforms.
Go ahead and jump down.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to assume everyone's coming down?
Mm-hmm. How did he see us? Did Castro just speak up?
Yeah.
Yes, he spoke.
Yeah.
Goodness.
No, the scrolls.
Bro, he's about to fuck this whole shit up, bro.
I think we are beyond the phase of not helping each other.
Brian, is it cool if I stay back? Actually,
I mean, he knows you're there, but you can, yeah.
yeah. I'm not. It's not sneaking. It's like battle ready ish.
Okay.
And I want to take notice of the flame as we get closer.
Okay. The flame is odd. It is obviously magical. I'm going to bring the light up so it's a little easier to see.
Ooh.
It is obviously magical.
Right.
And
does it react to him? Okay, sorry.
And as you come closer, the room does light more as you seem to gain the awareness and attention of this flame. And as you step onto the platform, and even you back there, Philly, as you now have his attention, you hear a voice in your heads. Oh, hello. I see we have some folks who understand how rules work. Welcome, one and all 7 of you.
And this is a new voice than any of the other ones we've heard before?
Yes.
Okay.
I try to think back to it. Well, hello, to see if it responds to the thought.
There's no response.
Okay.
Slovak looks over to.
Who are you?
No, curious. I think it's time you step aside and let us do the job you hired us for.
This fucking slide back.
Do you say who are you aloud?
Nope.
Yes, I do. I say, who are you?
Oh, I'm the keeper of this dungeon, as it were. I'm echo of someone else.
And what's going on here? What did we walk into just now?
Oh, someone trying to skirt the rules and thinking they will get the prize. Afraid doesn't work that way. And Relkira says, if rules aren't written down, they don't exist. If it's just completing the thing, I completed the fucking thing. You can't just make things up.
This is before
And
the Magna Carta.
what is this prize?
I was making fun of him. There's not really a prize. He seems to think
Oh.
there is.
This is before the Magna
What did it say it was an echo of?
Someone else.
Someone else.
Hmm.
I see you have all made it through the trials of this.
What are the rules he is trying to break?
There's 7. Being a group of 7, making it through with 7 surviving.
The most obvious rule of all.
I agree, there are 7 doors. I thought it was very simple.
Who are you an echo of?
Juvens, of course.
I thought so.
Of course.
I want to take note of how it looks.
It's
Does it
just
look
a
like
flame.
Juice? It looks like a flame. Okay.
Looks like a flame.
Well, what now?
Well, I do have a few questions about the outside world. I only have awareness so far as the dungeon itself. If you don't mind.
Ask away.
On initial construction, there was a small fort on the inside perimeter of the wall. Is that still there?
Did we notice that it was still there? Did anyone notice?
I mean, there's no small fort. No, there's a massive city.
Yes,
What
your
does it
fort is
concern
still
you
there.
knowing whether this fort is there or not? We would love to help you, but we would like to get help ourselves.
Do you need help?
Yes, getting out.
It's a trivial thing. I can simply out, and you'll be out.
If
Will you be
there are
doing that?
others that we want you to come out,
Not only out.
Our perception check. Our
Oh, slow down,
perception
slow
check.
down.
about
One
Thursday
voice at a
said
time.
that.
Here's
Hold on,
one
one-
question.
One voice at a time.
I'm sorry.
Fino, you're up first.
and if there are others that we want you out with us, could we get them out too?
I simply meant
You don't
out
wanna-
of this scenario. Back to the door you entered. The time loop will be released.
Okay.
But we don't want to get out, though, right? We want to go through. This is
We want to complete the dungeon.
this is merely a capstone on in the middle of a much larger dungeon. So I imagine this guy's going to be quite critical. That's why I'm bringing it out. Our objective is to go through the capstone.
Yes, complete the capstone.
I believe that was said above board, that snippet?
For now.
Okay.
But that was what
Was it?
Yes.
the slide was getting at in that whole midst of everyone
Yeah.
speaking.
Okay, if you're not using the accent, it's above board.
I got you.
Gotcha.
Meow.
You have to excuse my friends. I think what they meant is through. You wish to continue on through this dungeon, but we are stopped by this and you.
I assure you, I am no djinn. I'm not going to play word games with you here. I do understand your goal is to complete the capstone here. You have done so. Congratulations. Now,
Master Maker.
yes, that is another name I go by, Master Maker. As I said, I do have some questions. My goal is simply curiosity.
Okay. Then question for question. Who are Alul and Baez, and which one of them tried to kill you and marry your daughter?
Am I dead?
Maybe not.
They may have tried to. I do not know if you're dead or not.
As I mentioned, I am an echo. I have limited knowledge beyond my creation. And by limited, I
Right.
mean none.
Okay.
I thought echoes were dead things. No.
Are you
Uh,
asking me? Or are you
I'm
asking?
asking. Yeah. The
Say
DM.
again. You thought what?
I thought echoes were of dead things.
You guys
Like-
only met like 2 or 3.
Right. I thought if you died and like got trapped something that you could be.
No,
No?
some of them were shunted into it as punishment. Some of them, none of them were dead people. They no longer had their physical form.
Oh. Okay.
Hmm.
I once I was created, that is the end of my knowledge of present, and I guess now future events. You mentioned my students. Did something happen?
I do not know much about them. I know you have 2 students and they are no longer friends.
I have 10 students.
Yes,
Oh.
you have 10. But we know about 2.
Who were the others?
You see that it kind of flicker for a moment.
Ether,
Ah,
Shanisa,
well, that is
Ron.
something. That is something the Juventus has sought to not let me say. There are some restrictions on my existence, it seems.
Well, to answer your question, your fort has become.
A city? Well, that's a bit foolhardy. Um, but
Why?
Oh, no reason.
No reason.
No, there is a reason. Or else it would not be foolhardy.
Right.
So,
What is the
anyways,
fort defending against?
We were
the
forthcoming.
fort.
Please be forthcoming with us.
The fort wasn't. The walls were defense, not the fort. I don't suppose you know the year.
Do we know the? I mean, what's the year?
I forget that. That was probably
17,
Section 2
76. Hold on, let me see.
We'll tell you the year if you promise to tell us how long you've been here.
Oh, I can't know without the year.
That's what I mean. You promise. We give you the year. You do the math.
I'm quite all right
I'm
with
looking
that.
back at my
Arithmetic was quite a simple thing for me in my day. Me now, I suppose.
I'll make it
49
simple.
years from whenever we had the first
We
campaign.
tell you the current year.
Right.
The year you were made.
One more time, Slyrak.
We will tell you the current year. You will tell us the year you were made.
Well, that's a bit difficult, as there were conflicting calendars at the time of my creation. Wars and such,
Oh.
they do those things. I do think the year is 2031. Let me see.
Yeah.
I want to say that's the year.
I have it in my notebook that's downstairs.
Yeah, I don't have it anywhere. So okay.
Well, you guys would know what year you live in, so that's not a big deal. We'll say
You said
right.
2031.
On the
I want
first
to say
session?
it definitely came up. I put it in one of the chats somewhere. I don't know where I put it.
Okay.
We will say it's 2031 until I prove otherwise.
For the sake of it, we tell them the year.
You say the year. Oh, that's not. Well, it would seem that if the year is correct, it is quite a few centuries before I was put in here. So the calendar must have reset again.
So what?
Someone started it back at 0 since I've been sealed here. We were well past 2031 when I was sealed.
What?
Can I do a history check? See if I've
Same.
read anything about
History checks.
resetting?
History
Oh.
checks.
Oh.
You don't know. Your character doesn't know. Ooh,
No,
furthermore,
no,
you
no.
might. Yours might.
Alright.
Would
actually.
that track with the war?
Oh, nah,
Or
it's
my
sick.
knowledge?
It's a Nat
My
6 over
character-
there. Your
Um,
character can roll advantage on this one, Catcher.
Okay, thank you.
So we have 3. We have 6 on the dice, which is a total of what, Slyrek?
Oh no, it was a 5 on the dice. So I have a total of 6.
Okay.
Hold on. History 22.
22.
Nice.
Katsura, you would be aware through the passing of tales amongst your people that the current calendar starts at a chosen 0 point, and that there is a chunk of history missing from the collective timeline. There was a 1,000-year war that took place, and there was a vast history predating that as well. What is known as Year 1 is after history and 1,000 years of war, and then we get to Year 1.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't. Even your Druidic tribe has a very hard time nailing down how much history was before the 1,000-year war.
How much history
Okay.
was before the 1,000-Year War?
It lasted 1,000 years. My God, were they playing with them?
Why are we even?
Yes. So before that, how long was time before that?
Let me. Hold on. Okay. Who was fighting whom? I thought the war was settled. For
What
truce.
war are you thinking of?
The
Wait,
Giants and the Dragons, of course.
Okay, and then what? And it ended in a truce.
Oh yes, once the revealed enemy made themselves known, we had no choice.
Wait,
Who was the real enemy?
wait. Did he say that was the 1,000-year war in his head, in his mind, or?
He said that war lasted 1,000 years? ? Surprise.
Oh,
Who was the real enemy?
Ketzer didn't say the 1,000-year war thing out loud. Just for clarity. I don't know if that was.
Did someone not say that? I thought someone said that aloud.
Pino did.
Oh, okay.
But I know someone did. Well, wait. It would be Katzera's knowledge, so you couldn't say it
Pino
aloud.
wouldn't know about the 1,000-Year War?
Roll history for me.
History. 12.
12. You're not aware of the 1,000-year war. You have heard some rumors that maybe. Oh wait, let me check the numbers again, guys.
Hold on. I
Um.
can roll something else and wait before you tell me.
Okay. Okay.
Knowledge of life from past knowledge from a past life.
Mhm.
I rolled that. Now you can tell me whether I pass or not. Damn it, 13.
13 is just enough to have seen a certain play titled The Discontinuous.
Oh, wow.
It seemed like nonsense and made up hooey, but in this play, they did have some convoluted plot of time not being real and there being some 1,000-year conflict that predates known history. Though you enjoyed it a bit, you didn't exactly take notes on the thing, but this kind of sounds like it might line up if time isn't correct.
All right.
That was kind of the driving home point of the play.
All right. So I asked him that. And I also asked him who's the real enemy. Who is the real enemy?
The flame kind of flickers a bit. Tell me. You all spoke to something else in here, yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
What did it have to say? This one apparently did not agree with it. And the flame kind of flickers towards Valkyris.
We did not agree with it either.
The flame flickers a bit more. I see. All 7 of you disagreed.
Well, the thing
Solar's like side eyeing is like looking at
your name is
'cause
Katsu.
I have no clue. What did I say?
Solar.
Your name's Katsu.
Oh God. Yeah. She's looking at Fino because she doesn't know what he's referring to. If it's the thing,
He's
the
about to talk.
construct, or the other thing.
Well, it wanted us to give it our scrolls and to know what happens when we go through the 4 doors. Is that what we were talking about?
Flicker. Oh, one of the Warforged are still in here.
Well, she's dead now, so no.
She should not have been inside.
She was destroying it.
She's destroying your creation. We stopped her.
Destroying it?
Why would
Now
someone
look at
want to destroy it?
Walkers and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, why would someone want to destroy it?
And why after he says that, I look at Walkers and says, "We stopped her. We."
Oh, good job! You see, you're earning your pay every single day. Very, very good. Well done. He kind of nods to you all, full of sincerity, as much as that's worth. The flame says, "Well, no. No one should know. Okay. She was destroying it. Did she still have her staff?
Yes.
Okay. Was she wearing her headband? A bit of a crown of arcane make.
She wore a crown of nothing. She had no head.
Well, that's not funny.
It
But
can
you
be,
laughed.
maybe.
No head.
No head.
Hard to stay ahead of the game with that.
Yet still like to speak quite a lot.
Well, in theory, a head is not required for speech for them, though it does make others comfortable. Operation without a head is trickier. Clean cut or jagged?
That's clean, right?
Clean.
cut.
Okay. Clean.
And DM, quick statement. Am I facing Valkyris where I can see his facial expressions?
Valkyris? Yes.
So can I just observe his facial expressions to see how he engages and interacts with these questions and answers?
Yeah, he seems to be listening. You all haven't really said anything that it appears to you he didn't know, nor has the flame. He has yet to be surprised with anything said yet.
All right, well, I'm observing for anything of like surprise or shock.
Okay. The flame flickers more. Do you all have mud on your feet?
Do we?
Yeah. From the previous room.
We
These
do.
are in my scales.
A figure of speech. Did you bring that from outside? Outside the walls?
No. You're asking a lot of questions, but you never told us how much history is before the 1,000-Year War.
How
That's
could I
true.
know? I do not know. So, okay, let me Hold on. And the flame kind of flickers very quickly for a moment before settling back down. Right. Who won the war?
Wait.
You
Say,
did
What?
not answer the question. You
What
also did
year
not
was
tell us
it
who-
when you were created?
I was created by the Master Maker in the year 4823.
Was the war going on then? I guess it was if you know about it.
It was not an active hot war. There were no battlefronts yet. But we were taking precautions and preparations.
So you're asking us in a time way before you want to know what happened after you were made? You were made 1,000 years after we are now.
No, you misunderstand. The calendars have changed. Clearly, someone has altered history to remove the existence I lived in. You are 2,031 years into a lie, calendar-wise.
Why would someone alter the history? What's
Well,
missing during that void century?
there's
I mean, that
thousands
He
of
has
void.
still
reasons.
not answered us about
Hundreds
what
of
was
years.
before the 1,000-year war, how many years, and who was the real enemy of this war. Which
I
seems to be very important because we do not know about the real enemy. If you know about the war, we
I
do
am
not
trying to
understand who the real
decipher
enemy was.
if we are speaking of the same conflict or not.
Well, tell us who
we
the real enemy
are-
was of the war you were talking about.
No, we are not. Counter says.
Whom do you serve?
Well,
I guess up until recently, you, huh? That's where we're in.
that's a bit. That's the same question she asked. I think wasn't it?
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think things were different in your time.
Do you kneel to the giants or dragons?
No
Or the
one.
coalition?
No one. That time is long gone.
They kneel to us.
Roll deception.
That. Huh? Roll deception?
Not you. Fina. 19.
Oh.
My little baggie.
I could roll knowledge from past. Yeah, let me roll that too. Throw that on there. So I want to get this one off. I don't even know why. Didn't know I had to roll deception. I was talking shit, but 24.
And I have a question. When he mentioned the dragons thing, what? Can I roll insight to see how the rest of the team reacted to that?
Your group?
Like, did they seem to know about dragons, or is that like like a surprising question?
Group. Are any of you aware of dragons?
Like the existence of them?
No, unless they were in a book I read.
I don't
No,
know
no,
if I'll
no,
be
no.
around dragons.
It would
I've heard
honestly.
kid tell stories.
Kid would know about dragonborns. Throughout that conflict,
Or just keeping up with the story of the almost.
well, I'm trying to think
Or
if
the
he cared that much about them. He hates one of them. But I don't know if he was pretty focused on his shit. Let me roll a dice and see if Kid cared enough. You've heard.
Tell me how much I say.
As far as Kid, you've heard vague tales that some asshole that he hates went on to fight some dragons. But it's not something that he likes talking about because he
Right.
just saw something.
Right, I'm just saying. Yeah. Dragons and giants.
He is aware of the dragons before he ran into Kid. Well, Kid didn't track that that episode because that was all up in the mountains. But for those of you who have seen, well, right now just Pheno as far as that play, the play had giants and dragons in it. And it's seeming less fictiony as this conversation goes. But I think everyone would be wholly unaware of this except for those two.
Okay.
What?
You and Jerry. You can't see Jerry anyways.
But I can't see right. Okay.
Back where are we even in this conversation? Juvin says.
Right.
Okay. Juvin says. A moment. I am not ignoring your questions or dismissing them. I just need to get some things organized.
What happened when I said they bowed to us?
That's what he said. Give me a moment. This was give me a moment.
Okay.
Right, and the flame kind of you feel the focus of this energy on yourself. You know. The only way they could bow to you is if you serve the enemy. Do you?
I do not serve an enemy.
They don't. Most of them don't even know about them. No, they don't. No. Cancer says, because I don't want this to go left.
The energy kind of shifts a bit in your direction. 1,000 years. You don't serve any of them.
That was the war. We regained our liberation.
Oh no. You didn't destroy them, did you?
They are no longer there from my understanding.
Yeah. Quickly.
Who's the real enemy?
Have any of you ever seen a giant or a dragon before?
No, I have not.
Nope.
No.
They no longer roam this plane freely.
Real curious.
That's not right now.
I'm a giant.
What the fuck?
What?
I'm a
Pheno goes to tackle him. I knew it.
Is
We
he
must
a
rid
giant?
him.
Was he being serious?
That's what he said. I'm a giant.
Insight.
Are you a giant or a half
Roll
giant? You're
insight.
a full giant.
Okay, no.
I will roll insight.
It was a less.
I roll insight.
Does he
He
look
is
like a
six-
giant?
He's about 8 feet tall. He was much taller when
actually-
you last saw him.
It wasn't less than a 10. Hold on.
When you saw him in the fire and mud room, he was huge.
11.
Okay, 21. He seems to be being completely honest in this moment.
I thought you were all gone. Are you the last of your kind?
I can't answer that. Back to the flame.
Okay.
You will say to the flame.
Yes.
You'll say to the flame. If I can butt in, with their permission, you may speak, cheater. And Ralkirish will look
We
at you up.
can't. I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can do that. Since you can't, answer our question. Now, you answer our question, so we can continue with you.
You're saying to the flame?
Yes.
Okay. So the flame flickers and says, "Oh boy."
He might
Okay.
have something useful to say.
So I can tell you all this. We are speaking of two different conflicts, as you mentioned. There seems to be quite a significant amount of time passed. You seem to have no... Has the world devolved into petty nations and squabbles?
You still have not told us
I'm aware of
who
that.
the
You
real
just
enemy
please.
is.
I do not know whom you serve. I will not give privileged
neither.
information to an enemy.
Neither.
You do not
Literally
serve
neither.
anyone. We serve ourselves. That was the point of our entire war.
Have you no insight?
I have means. I do not wish to use them against non-combatants. Friendlies.
Is it painful? A problem?
No, but I do like to take others at their word.
Okay, well then take us at the word.
Our word.
Neither.
We are not enemies.
You're
We do not
saying
serve
it.
anyone.
Did he just say you're saying it?
He said, "You are saying," and he stopped his sentence. All right. Let
Fino
me.
looks at Well-Curse. You shall speak when we are finished.
Ryoko just kind of scratches his chin, looking a little unhappy about that.
I walk over
You
to
have
him.
not been fair or forthcoming with us.
It's not an employer's job to be fair for coming to employees, bucko.
We can leave you here. But
The flame.
It is always funny when you get your boss in trouble in front of their boss.
I'm not working for this thing. It's not my boss.
and yet you're at its mercy, it seems.
Always a bigger fish. The flame flickers again. All right. You are not an ally of the enemy. I can see that. My Warforge has been perverted, and for some reason there is mud in here. Is there any other element, any other fragments of Elestria in the actual dungeon itself?
Like not in the rooms? In the smaller dungeons? Do those count?
None of these areas should have anything like that in them.
There's snow and cold.
There's fire. Also.
And there's water here.
This isn't an exception. The snow, fire, mud.
Wind, water, earth.
Heart.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I do not mean to be withholding of information, but it does seem that this dungeon has been. The enemy has set foot here. So
Who is the enemy? To clarify?
I don't think we've got an answer to that yet.
You have not, and I am afraid I cannot. It is It is a precaution Juven's Prime like to take.
What was the name, Fino? The other one?
What are you saying? What was whose name?
The other one. Who did they ask for? Oh, look at Slaughter.
Alul or Bias?
Oh. Is that who the Warforged asked about? No.
Yes. Yeah, the
Oh,
Warforged
yes?
asked about Baez and yeah.
Oh,
This is the Warforged asked about.
Okay.
It is a precaution. This enemy was insidious. It was able to subvert and control without others' knowledge, but mention of its name drew its attention. I do not mean to lead you astray or to have you ill-prepared.
I turn to Rocurus and tell him, whisper to me what you want to say.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that.
Okay, fuck you. You can't talk. Alright, turn back to the phone.
Okay, so how much time before the war that you were talking about?
I am honestly surprised it has not come yet. Maybe.
Wait, that what happened?
The war that he was talking about.
Okay.
Maybe this conflict that stirred up amongst the giants, dragons, and others slowed it somehow. Maybe the leaders were able to fight on two fronts. It's not unheard of. But there is no way it has been defeated, for I am still here.
When this is defeated, you will no longer
Wait.
be here.
I am one of the keys to unlock the weapon.
The weapon?
I got the keys, the keys, the keys.
Hold on. What kind of weapon? A world-ending weapon, or?
No, we'll not end the world. Simply
But
sacred. But, all right, this is what You say there's a city in place of the fort now.
Yes.
Right. It will be important to be aware of who is in control of that. Politically, ideologically, reality.
It looks like this guy right here, this giant, is in control of much of the city.
Is that true?
No, I'm not in control of escalation, guys. I'm not a nobody, but I'm not in control.
I mean,
of
you
escalation.
said the Tempe's are all old to you.
No, that's outside. I don't think he's talking about. I don't think he's talking about the Quagmire capstone. I think he's talking about escalation.
Oh,
Who's in control of escalation?
Oh, one of the domos.
the Domos.
The dome. What are the domos?
The title, man, is the leader. You would be aware. You guys have all come through escalation. It's essentially like the governor or the ruling person right now in escalation.
All right, just making sure it's not, domos that X might be acquainted with.
Do we know?
X isn't here. X is not here.
Right.
I said X. I said X.
You
I
can't know, but those are those Domos.
Do we know of like the race or anything
Of this domo?
of escalation? Yeah.
Escalation's leader is an elf.
Oh.
As okay.
So he says the flame. Right. So this will unlock this level of the walls, the palisade. As a result, the fort, now apparently city, will begin to rise. It will be of importance which of the wall cities rises first. Now, you have been gifted. I said there wasn't a gift, but allow me to turn the phrase. You have been gifted influence in this coming events. Should you be able to unlock more of the cities, you will have more of an influence. There is a final choice to make here. It is a hard one. But there's a right and a wrong answer. Juvin saw fit to leave that up to whomever is in the room when it happens. Was not intentional. Hamilton.
I don't believe that.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't intentional. I love throwing Hamilton lines out, but that one was not on purpose. He continues to say, when escalation reaches the top of the wall, there will be a trigger that needs to be thrown. It can be done now. Well, it can be done when it reaches the top. It can be done when all cities reach the top. Or it cannot be thrown at all. They will require you to be there in order to flip the switch. As you all now, the keys, as it were. Though I am afraid not all of you need it or need it in the room. You can each separately be a key. But there is more for you to learn. And as you meet others of me, they will be able to provide more information. I can only imagine how frustrating this is. Questions?
Seems to follow the general theme of this place.
It was not designed to be easily navigated. Originally, it was designed to capture and kill dragons, but then it was retrofitted. That's neither here nor there.
Were you the one who showed the future?
The future?
The 4 doors.
It flickers a bit. Juvens had discussed putting in something of the like. I thought it was trivial. I don't see the point in showing possibilities. It just muddies the water, as it were. Did you see the future?
We did. A version of it.
Well, I do not know I could help you with processing that. It's quite a bit beyond my time, and I assume that's quite a bit beyond now.
What is the weapon that you mentioned?
I do believe the scrolls are clear. The walls themselves are a weapon.
A weapon? Not a defense. Oh, do you...
The answer to that is yes. A thing can be more than one. I have more than one function, can it not?
Mm-hmm. But
Tell me, what brought you here? Was it this one?
is he referring to Rogue Ears?
Yeah, the flame kind of flickered in that direction.
Yes, this was a job. We all took a posting made by that man.
The flame kind of turns its attention over to Relcuris. Relcuris kind of shrugs and says, I'm a very good judge of character. The flame's attention was back on to you all. There is, you will need your own resources if this is the one who is your patron currently.
Patron?
Yes, that's not the situation.
No.
OnlyFans, Patreon, that type of thing, right?
Smaller than smaller than like arcane deities and shit. And or all that.
There are treasures and I said there was no gifts. There is there are items to be bestowed upon you for reaching here. There are they are worth probably more now as they are rather older than they used to be. And I suppose this one will have some financial rewards for you. Yes. Relcuris goes, oh yeah, there's a contract, and there's certain stipulations to it. Should you wish to leave here, young man, they will be rewarded. Yes. Relcuris kind of shrugs. Yeah, of course they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get paid very well. Just, I do want to leave here.
By the way, this was out of the scope of our agreement. The previous terms need to be canceled. I will not be remaining any longer.
The flame flickers again. Kind of, if a flame could chuckle, that's kind of what the expression of it looked like.
I'm like staring at real curious, waiting for a confirmation, by the way.
Real curious is looking at the flame, pointedly ignoring. Very, very obviously, like, I'm focused here.
Hello?
He's like, oh, he's about to talk.
No,
And,
I won't be staying here.
I don't think any of us are staying here. You could just hold on, all right?
No, just confirm real quick and we can go ahead.
Yeah, if we're clear to this thing, you're good to go.
Confirm real quick and we can go ahead.
Confirmed! And the flame cuts in and says, right. So, I'm afraid I do not think I could be of further help unless you can ask me some questions. I am not sure which of them I can answer, but if I can, I will.
You said the cities will begin lifting. How many cities in total?
I don't know how many you all have built. Again, they were just forts.
How many forts?
Hold on, let me look into it. My map, Baruski. Where's my map? World. Maps. Maps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were 6 such forts. If you've made cities on all of them, then there will be 6 cities to rise.
And you mentioned it matters which rises first.
They will have the most. They have the most influence. This is going to be. It was thought, as we were still within this truce amongst giants and dragons, to separate out the power of this, so that all parties must be of accord. Or, if you were able to prove need and lift your city quicker, you would get priority. Depending on the order of listing, priority is given to your controls over others. While all 6 do need to rise, the first choices are weighed more heavily. For instance, if the first 4 have agreed to proceed, that would supersede the last 2 should they vote otherwise. But again, I do not know how informed the current leadership or owners of these areas are in these matters. There is a chance that only you, 7, are aware of this, as I have now told you it. If that is the case, I would suggest trying to influence these places as best you can.
When you say they will begin to rise, do you mean float?
I suppose one could call it floating. That's a bit rudimentary. I think I would
They will
call
be
it...
elevated.
Yes.
From the ground. Okay.
Yes, they will. Stationary, not moving about, though.
How high will they be? Like high above Elestria? No. Elestria?
At their peak, they shall be even with the top of the walls.
And what was the trigger that we will be?
the more keys we get, they'll still start lifting. Is that what it said?
So it will begin its lift once I leave you of this room. Once you leave here, it will begin slow. It's not a jolt, as it were. It should take quite a while. I do not know what kind of calendar you are using these days. My time, it was simply taken. Oh, flicker, 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 flicker. 4 rotations of the moons.
Hmm. You
The moon
said
is
4
broken.
rotations?
Yeah.
The moon is broken now. Just so you know. One of them.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
It's a foolish act of one of the leaders of the dragons. Got us in this whole mess.
Why did they do that? What was the reason?
It is best you ask the next of me this.
The next of me.
Where will we meet the next of you?
The next wall city, of course.
So we have to go to the walled cities to find you, at least?
Well, the triggers to lift the cities are in the walls themselves.
Those are the triggers.
This begins lifting of the city. You reaching here this moment. Speaking with me, I am going to trigger it.
So the other cities won't move.
Unless they have a greater need than this city.
And what was yours, Fina?
Why would you do that? What is the point of raising these cities to the top of the wall?
It is a very complex mechanism. It is simply a part of it. And no, the other cities have not started yet, no. But there is a delay. A delayed lifting. They will be going much, much slower than this one. Once begun, they will all eventually reach the top.
But why? What is the point of floating the cities?
Again, they are a part of a mechanism to activate the weapon. It was only a thought. You keep saying city, and that makes it seem ridiculous. Because that is ridiculous. It was simply a thought.
They are now cities.
I understand.
Why would we activate the weapon now?
If it has never been activated, then the threat has never been stopped. There is still a reckoning coming for destroying that moon.
From beyond Elestria?
So destroying the moon is the thing that got you the enemy.
It is what forged the truth. This is what got our enemy. It is why the walls were refitted and retooled.
But you cannot say who the enemy is.
No. Another of me may have that permission, but I do not.
Do you have to complete dungeons to find you, or just find you in the other cities? Ports.
This was one of the more complex builds. While I do believe most of the other me's are not at the surface level of any of the walls, I do think I was the deepest.
The first cut is the deepest.
And then, so just as I was writing really fast.
Yeah.
He was saying something about a need, how some cities can take priority. So when he activates the city inside of this wall will start to rise unless another city has a higher need.
It's not the city in the wall. It's the city outside of the wall. Escalation. The small town you guys have been sleeping in is just a little small town. There's a very large city right outside the wall.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's going to lift.
If another city had a higher need, it could take priority and start rising instead.
If the trigger were, if someone else reached a Juvens in a different city, it would begin to rise. And as this Juvens is saying, there seems to be ways to speed up the rise. And so whoever is, those who have control of the city may have some influence in that. Or those who are aware this is happening may have some influence in that.
Gotcha.
Question. You asked who led the city of escalation. Is there someone that we should not want leading the city of escalation? Should we be paying attention to that?
I'm afraid I could not know your political alignments, your temperaments, your moralities. It is simply, if they are not yet aware and have no means to be aware, you should take care with if you'll tell them or not. If you will, even when they were simply forts, and these forts were given out to certain leaders of the various armies, there was always a concern of an ascension war, of an actual fight to the top. As
So the Ascension War? That's the war he's talking about?
No, it hadn't happened. There was a concern that the fight to have their forts rise to the top first would actually create an open conflict. Any great power wants to be wielded by the powerful.
So the one who rises to the top first will have a power over the others? Is what you were saying?
Their influence grants said power. Yeah, to a degree. Not so much as making anyone kneel or openly destroying anyone. But I'll just have to say it plain. This is a very complex, very powerful arcane weapon. At the top of Ascension, there is a release of arcane energy, funneling, channeling of that energy into those in charge is possible. There is boons to be gained, I believe is the term. It was assumed that once begun, we may be in open conflict with our enemy. Thus, we would need stronger and stronger combatants. This, and the flame kind of flickers like it's pointing around. This entire palisade has been collecting arcane energy since it's been built.
Who?
The entire wall system around Elestria.
Okay.
The palisade has been collecting energy since it was built. If it's been as long as you say, the jump in power from this reaching the top of the wall and being the one in the room when it happens, damn it. being in the room when it happens would grant a significant boom, a significant increase of power. Once that is known, I'm afraid if there are full cities here, there will be Well, I assume elven nature hasn't changed, or human, or dwarven, or halfling, or dwarf, or giant.
No. These people are all the same. The tieflings, though, we are good people.
Flicker, flicker. Everyone assumes they are. Listen, you all seem. I do not know you. You are the only ones here. You are the ones who have the choices to make. It would behoove you be in the room. Ah,
Which
Not too
room,
well
to
versed.
clarify?
it was the central room of the fort. I could not say where that lies now.
Of which
Not
fort? Whichever fort reaches the top first?
of the
Uh,
fort of this city.
right now, this one, but any other cities, when they rise, when they reach the tops,
We
it
should
would
be in the
behoove
room.
you. The more
So
you're
you are
in, the
telling
better.
us 4 rotations of the moon. That means, what do we fly? Either stay here the entire time, or find a way up onto the top of this thing before it hits the top?
Oh, uh, wait, let me think. Did the blast change the moon's speed? When I say the moons, by rotation, I am of course talking about the younger moons rotating around the larger.
I'm sorry?
Do they not
What?
teach any basic astrology to you anymore? The moons of Elestria, there's 3 of them. Yes, that is still a thing. There's 3?
Yes.
Are there three?
There are
Yes.
3.
Oh.
There is one that is more or less fixed to our gravitational pull. The other
Oh,
2,
idle locked. Yes.
are locked to the first moon. They rotate at a much different pace. They spin around it.
Talk about where not to be.
That is the rotation I'm speaking of. It was not quick, unless that has changed.
How long does it take, motherfucker? We would know this.
I,
As
Basically,
I
a
don't know if
as
you
a
would know
druid, would I
this.
know this?
Roll nature checks for me. It is a very arcane, forgotten way of tracking anything.
I'm rolling mine. I gotta log on first.
Okay.
I know nothing.
garbage druids.
This is not a common form of tracking anything anymore. So everyone's rolling bad, or?
Hey, you.
Yes.
Tired using technology.
Billy's pack. Let's roll.
I am not going to
What?
roll. I probably saw the moon for the first time like 6 months ago.
That's fair. I respect you holding to that.
I rolled a 17.
17.
17.
Now, I mean, Philly, you spent nights super high looking at the moons, but
I should have put intimately.
super high was a key factor here too. Looking at the moons, but you've never paid much mind to clock the rotation of the 2 smaller ones. You've paid mind to the bigger one and its movements and where it is, and as far as it being interesting, but not the larger moons. Second question though, how often do you frequent Spice?
I do spice during the moon's rotation.
Oh, do you?
I love it.
Question removed.
It's a weekly thing.
A weekly Spice trip.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I'm making a note of that.
Really?
Make it monthly. Make it monthly.
Huh?
She's a Spice Girl.
Monthly.
Monthly? Okay.
Yeah, monthly. I don't need nothing bite me in the ass 4 years later.
There you
No,
go.
I mean
I
that's
say,
what,
won't you have like the spice, like eyes or something?
follow-up
Go
question.
deep. Spice.
How long has Philly been doing this?
Yeah, spicy eyes, boy.
Philly's done it for about a year now.
Okay. And last question: what is the natural color of Philly's eyes?
Wait! Don't turn me into a fiend, bro.
You're not a fiend.
Fiend.
You're not a fiend.
You're a fiend.
Natural color of his eyes are light brown, but I would like for him to turn fiery red if that's a possibility.
No, this isn't character customization, man. Okay.
You got me feeling.
Also, if there were any like setbacks or issues, I would have definitely like
No,
stopped.
there's no negative side effects to your year of spice. You just have a very, very slight blue tinge on the outside of your eyes. It's just very, very slight. No effects to your vision at all. But you would, on one of your trips, you would have noticed in the spice vision, what looks like people have described as the crying moon of a substance falling from the moon to Elestria.
Do I have any idea what that is? Hello?
Give me a moment, bro. Jeez.
Oh no, sorry.
My goodness.
I'm not hearing me, so I had to make sure.
I did hear you. Roll a.
What? God, hurry up.
Investigation.
Roll a nature check for me.
We just DM.
God damn.
You don't know your story, dog. You don't
Like
know
an
your
eight
own
job.
story.
Fuck the nature.
This is crazy.
You are not aware of what it is, but it does not feel harmful to Elestria to you. So it's never been a big concern of yours. Can you what?
Because this is kind of us discussing my character story during this time, but I would think naturally if someone's expecting an impending doom from the world and he gets high and he sees
the
something.
impending doom is new, my friend. The impending doom is a new kick for you, I think, right?
But you have to understand, like that's something where you would think a person, whether I saw the spice beforehand or afterhand, I would relate that to something as a prophecy of the end of times.
Why? It's always been there. Every time you've done spice and looked at the moon, it's always been there. It's never felt harmful.
And now someone tells me that the world's going to end unless humans change unless people change their ways.
Uh-huh.
You don't think that will be a sign of revelation?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie. That's not how drugs work.
Are you on the spice right now?
He's on the
tell me
spice
last
right
time
now.
you did spice.
So I
don't
do
take
not
a drug
know.
and then start reminiscing and putting pieces together.
Well, I
no,
would though. From time to time.
The prophecy was not while he was high. Well, the warning wasn't when he was high. But
Well, yeah, still, even with the prophecy, you want to be like, oh shit, I was high 13 years ago, and now this makes sense. Like, no,
just a year ago.
Like I said, you didn't flag it as a danger to the world, and you were unaware it was a man-made phenomenon for there to be a hole in the moon either. Until this moment now, you did not know that was something inflicted by people on the moon. So I think outside of that, dragons. I think outside of that, it's no more troubling than a geyser or a volcano. It's just a very odd natural phenomenon, as far as you're concerned.
All right, I rest my case.
Okay. But while you are not aware of the pace at which the two smaller moons rotate, it is not something that you think it'd be very easy for you to start tracking now. But Juven says, if I had to try to put it in terms that you may understand, and you have to forgive me, Juven's wasn't one for sleeping. Juven's tower had windows. Juven's lived on his own clock, as it were. Juven's did have to eat. You may have. I pull up my calculator. No, I just give you a figure. You should have half a year if that tracks. How many days are in your weeks?
10.
Good answer.
I didn't even notice you put your hands up, so I saw them going down.
How many months in your year?
10.
Yeah.
We go by the
It's
10,
10.
the 10 system.
Oh, that makes so much more sense than how they used to do it. If you can believe it, it used to be 7 days in a week, and the months were something silly like 12. And then sometimes
Oh,
they had the
so
extra
dumb.
days. It made no sense. But if I just do the math, you should have 5 months.
What if other cities were activated though? You wouldn't be aware of them, right? So the time would be different.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I'm not going to exist after this moment. The other Juvens will.
Huh? What'd you say?
I'm not going to exist after this moment.
Right, but I'm saying if someone had already activated the other.
Oh
Well,
no, I would know that happened. Yes, they have not. Nothing's happened yet. This is you're the first.
Oh, okay. So restart the clock.
Yes, you've started the clock.
I don't like it.
Now, there's a lot of information you've been given. There are some choices to be made as well. With the time loop, there's currently an accumulation of time. Now, you'll have to decide how that's dispensed.
What does that mean?
But yes, what do you talking about?
Hey, can we keep it? Can we keep the time to dispense as we see fit?
Keep the time. Well, that's a novel idea.
We are the timekeepers.
Wait, but what does it mean? Can we stop there first?
Well, if there's all this time that has to be spent, we might not have to spend it all at once if we get to keep the time. Now, think of it like there's this game. There's this game that the rich little snobby people they play it. It's called what's it called? It takes up all that land. Golf. And we can kind of do it like that.
I don't know what that means.
So
I look back to the slave.
All right, so if we're holding time, right? It's the same way golf people hold land, and they just play this bullshit sport on it. And when they need it, there it is. We could use it like a mulligan. I guess that's where the golf reference came in. Mulligan. It's when you hit a fucked up shot and you do it over.
What you are describing is one of the lesser disciplines Juvens was a master of. Dunamancy was his name.
Yeah, that. What's that?
Yeah, that was that.
Well, that is the manipulation of time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what I was telling you guys.
I suppose it wouldn't be the worst way to expend it. The other options, of course, were to go forward from this moment as many days as has built up, to go backwards in time as many days has built up, or to simply release it into the ether.
No, let's not do that. Any of those.
Go forward or
So
back.
let's say we have 300 days built up. Can I go back 2 days 150 times?
No,
That's how I'm doing keeping time.
no. Nothing so. Nothing so world altering as that.
All right, so then I'm with the group. What does that mean?
Right. Because if this dungeon's been here
What does
millennia,
keeping time mean for you?
Well, to be clear, the time loops didn't begin until the first people made their way down here. While it has been quite some time, it hasn't been 200 days.
it's been less than that. There are skeletons.
We hold all of our memories.
Well, yes, of course. Memories are intact and not a fey.
And everyone else.
Well, that is also a choice you get to make.
Okay, wait. Can you explain this? Because I think we're still unclear of what you mean.
Right. So, you have the option to go forward in time, a number of days of your choosing, so long as you do not exceed what is currently possible. You may go back in time, a number of days of your choosing, so long as you do not exceed the days that are possible. You can simply just leave with time having progressed at a natural rate. For you, not for them. So if you've been here, say 10 days, you will walk out 10 days after you arrived. And that will be the time period that everyone walks out at, regardless of when they entered. 10 days after you came in.
And what is the other option? The Dunamancy.
Oh, the Dunamancy. Well, I would have to make a magic item for you to use. It would have limited use, though, assuming you don't break it, you'd have it for a while.
And what would it allow us to do?
Temporal small changes, mulligans, as he said, little redos. If you wanted to use it all up in one go, maybe something more dramatic, maybe hours or days, but you would.
Way more useful.
It would have its limits.
Which
What do you
are?
mean by that?
Well, I'm going to be making this up on the fly. It was simply a component of Juven's combined knowledge. These things weren't split. It's like saying, what does your pinky do? It's simply just a thing on a head. So I don't know what it'll do when I make it. I'm cutting off a pinky. I know the students had some wild ideas of breaking up Juven's magic into separate little parts so that everyone couldn't learn everything. I thought it was ridiculous.
That sounds like that may have been a success.
Oh, that's a pity. It's not how Juven's intended it.
But it is what you would have wanted.
I vote for the magic item.
So what will happen if we go for the magic item? What will happen to us and everyone else in the dungeon? Will time have just been naturally passed as per our time?
Well, yes. You are the focal points. You are the ones who reached here. It will be how many other days you've spent in here will progress those equally. So if you've been here 10 days, you will leave. And everyone's time will progress according to that. So, like, if this one's been here 3 months before you arrived, you will have aged 3 months and 10 days.
So some may die just from the progression.
And I don't think anyone's been here that long. If they're that close to death, then yes.
Again, there are people. There are like skeletons.
Well, that's
called gangrene.
different.
It's just a disease.
He brought them. He said they died, and they brought them back.
What about the sleeping fellows?
Yes, that was my next question.
Come again.
This dungeon seems to have placed a sleep on many who have come down here. They're unable to be woken.
If they died in the room, they're held.
While there were fatal components to this dungeon, it was intended that you wake up outside, or at the beginning. You're telling me there's a component that puts people to sleep here now.
Yes.
And
if they do not
permanently
wake in time, they die from wasting away.
That is not my design. And you see it flickering pretty quickly.
So this enemy, this great enemy, corrupted your dungeon.
Yes, it seems so. Right, then, should you choose to leave with the item, I think it is possible. I could ensure everyone's only spent 10 days in here.
Will they go back to their time?
No, but they will not feel the effects of rapid age. And it should be enough to undo whatever this sleeping thing is. Though, that would expend some of the time built up to do so. It would lessen the strength of your item.
What? How much time has built up? You never said.
Flicker, 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 flicker. Oh, it is actually 240 days.
I
never looked at it. $250. Wait, how many guys have been in here? $250.
She turns to the group and says, I vote for the item.
Yes.
We can save others in the process.
I vote for the item as well. I agree with you.
We could have the item.
To be clear, there's two choices with the item. The item at the full strength of the 240 days, or the item reduced to ensure that no one dies from the time catching up.
We must save others if we can.
Well,
you don't have to, but I think
they're
we
done
should take
for
that
us.
choice.
Real curious coughs and
in
says,
big picture, we will have saved everyone.
Real curious says, if it makes you guys feel any better, I wasn't exactly hiring saints down here. They've all been paid. Or
what do you think?
Would have been.
I do not care.
Take the item at its strongest. Well, you're not bad. I said you're not a bad person. You're not a saint. I didn't get anyone who'd be missed.
I am a saint.
As long as you are okay, I wanted to.
I have to retract that. Different character.
Were you retracting?
Saint Fino. You have never seen Saint Fino.
So Laura wasn't a. Never mind.
Don't do this.
At any rate, he says, "Listen, I wasn't exactly hiring anyone who will be missed. There is a part of the contract. I don't think you guys saw it. I don't think I told you. If you die, your next of kin will receive X amount. Like, they came down here knowing the cost. Get a stronger item. Don't waste it on them.
Fuck them.
To be clear, we did not know the cost, but
You need to be
we
paid
can
well.
take it at full price. Honestly,
I mean,
fuck it.
everyone who came down here does get paid. You're just going to get the most of it. But again, no one's here for free. No one's here for the goodness of their heart. No one knew it'd be a whole thing. So, if they didn't fuck up so much, they wouldn't be in such danger right now.
Didn't you have to sell your soul 17 times to still be alive?
No, I didn't.
This man got
Okay, I say we can take it at the fullest.
So what's the votes? How's the vote falling here, guys?
I vote for full.
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 Too full.
We ain't good people.
Love this group. Love this group. All right, there we go. Second characters.
What was that? What was
Second characters. Love it.
Oh.
Flicker.
Who cares about the people in this group?
Okay. Hey, Chris, you're muted if you were casting a vote here. I know. I feel like his vote would be full as well.
For sure.
Yeah, full, but I'm watching the Ravens game, so I'm really kind of not here.
No, you're real. You're good. I'm keeping an eye on it too. 13-3.
Yep.
Hey.
We have 13. To be clear, or else we'd have stopped playing already.
I assume so.
Flicker. Full power it is. And the light starts to get a little brighter. Any questions to finish?
How do we use this thing?
I do have one question.
How
sorry,
do
go
we
ahead.
use this thing?
Okay, and what's yours? Here's how do you use the item, Philly?
We were approached by another entity in this dungeon. Do you know of any other entities and who they might be?
Okay. To answer your question, Thino, I'm going to have to make this in between the week. It doesn't exist yet.
Gotcha.
So
Just wanted to make sure you didn't pull that on your hands. How to use it?
Well, like most magical items, when you attune to them, you do find out how to use them.
I do have I have a question too.
Okay, but for Philly, I believe that entity may be either the enemy itself or a servant of it.
Nino starts laughing.
There has clearly been a corruption of this dungeon.
Well, thank you for that information.
Will the weapon pose a threat to civilization or just the enemy itself?
I do not know where civilization currently resides. It is civilization's only hope of survival.
Is there an area that would be affected? Like the walled cities and the areas surrounding them?
You'll have to ask another Jews.
You really okay? Last question. Is the enemy? Let's see. How do I ask this? Of an Elestrian race, or are they from outside of Elestria?
You remind me of the first of the Magi. Very clever. Not the answering that, but very clever.
This
Seems like
who was
you
the first of
don't
the
want to
Magi?
tell.
Well, you've already spoken the name, so I can as well. Bias was the first.
He's the one who ate your face.
Pardon?
Who will eat your face?
Yes, Juvens doesn't have a face when he dies because Bias eats it. It's a shame.
Roll deception.
What the hell?
And you remind me of the second of the major.
Oh, I am no Kalul.
Good guess. Now, any other questions, or shall we depart?
Just one. And
Slyrock will actually pull his hood down, which probably the first time for a lot of you.
In your time, did my race exist?
There's a flicker. We're not one of the what was referred to as prime races, or budding species. Well respected for stealth.
I think I know very little about myself, and you have been helpful.
I am glad to
So we
have been.
let Walkers get to questioning.
Oh yeah,
Go ahead, big guy. You can get the questioning.
an
You
old
can
Curious
say
George
your
speech.
thing.
You can say something if my contract is no. Well, never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you all so much. You are so very kind to me, the person paying you. And he will he will turn. And does anyone speak Frost Giant?
Ooh.
Doesn't someone speak all languages?
No, reads.
No, I can only read
No.
all.
Is it close to primordial?
No, it is not.
Do I catch half of it because I speak giant?
Wait, does it?
Do you speak Giant?
He speaks
Speak
giant.
giant.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But giant. He speaks for giant
Hey.
too.
Yeah, I speak giant.
Let's go, big
right.
boy.
No, actually, the giants, those are my peoples. Those are my ancestors. That's why I didn't understand the static I was getting. But then I was like, I'm invisible. I'll let it chill.
Nah, Goliaths aren't an offspring of giants. Goliaths are their own.
What? I thought they were. I thought they were kind of like those
I don't
are his
think so.
people.
No,
I think they
Goliath's
are.
also
I thought it was.
Are
I
they,
think they're
man?
like giants, yeah.
No, but they both exist. I don't think hill giants turned into Goliaths. I think that's
No.
because Goliaths have their own god.
No.
So do black people and
Giant.
indigenous people in Australia. What the fuck?
No, like in D&D, generally the gods created a certain race. Like they were created by a thing. I'll look into it. But you speak giant, so here we are.
Here we are.
So you do understand. It is more or less just a dialect of.
Okay.
So you understand this conversation. So Rokira says to the flame, all right, so I have some very specific questions here that I need you to answer as truthfully or as, confusingly as you are able. Firstly,
I would like to say before you continue that I'm going to translate this, so everybody just listen in because I'm not going to do it verbatim.
you're going to be speaking aloud?
No. I'm going to convey it later.
Wait.
But
Yeah.
Okay.
listen now.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's say, oh
For the
shit.
different sentences.
Everybody, I'm talking while he's talking.
No.
Right.
No.
Take a knee, everyone.
I was hoping so bad that he was not. I was like, please don't be doing that.
I know. I was like, please don't do this.
That'll
We're gonna
cut this
stop
short
talking
real
after
quick.
the first
Yeah.
sentence.
I had the same thought. We're on the same page, you guys.
So he says, first thing he says is, all right, so Arcane's Bane. Is that a help or a harm here? The light flashes a bit and says, "Well, that's a toss-up. See, it was originally a tool of the enemy to use against the dragons. But we surmise that was simply a way to lessen our overall combat strength. I do not know how effective it will be on the enemy itself, but its agents, it may have some function." He nods. Right. And what about Alterium? Will that help? Again, a boon of the enemy, but it could be used against it, yes, depending on how it's being used these days. He nods again and says, "Would we be better served with giants and dragons in our ranks?" I would say it's imperative, unless there's been some significant change in the strength of the species that have natural deaths, as dragons did not in my time, and giants were quite long-lived as well. He nods. All right, one last question. Am I counted amongst the people who can be in a room to act as a key? Unfortunately, yes. I have to dismiss all of you at the same time, and that dismissal does impart upon you what I'm speaking of. You don't have to be so snooty about it. I mean, you don't have to like me. You don't exist, really. Well, that's not true. I exist. I just going to cease existing. No, man, you don't exist. It's fine. You're like in a room by yourself. I have full awareness of the dungeon. I am sentient. Look, man. Hey, you don't got to convince me, buddy. And they go back and forth like that for a little bit before he says, "All right, I'm done." All right, I'm done. Good. Thank you guys so much for that opportunity to speak.
Fuck you.
Whoa, what is that about?
You spoke it in a different language, and everyone else here spoke plainly.
No one told you to speak.
I got it.
Pardon?
I got it. I got it.
Once again, there's that chuckle look from the flame.
Flicker, flicker, flicker.
Yeah. Good judge of talent indeed. Well, if that's... Go ahead.
No, it's not just any chance we can leave him here. Take you.
Flicker. I am afraid I am quite stationary. But I think now is as good a time as any to send you all about your way.
In layman's
We're
terms.
going through, right? Not back?
Well, if you wish to further explore this level, you're more than welcome to. And yes, there are further levels below that will open if you are so inclined to seek treasures and baubles and various other items, but it's not exactly Relcurus says, "You guys can come back down here whenever you want, but the ticket out, my ticket, I'm leaving. So you're welcome to come right back down. I'll pay for you to get back down here, but I am going to leave. And it's my train."
Group? What do you want to do?
Let's get out of here.
Yep.
We got the money to buy
We
a ticket
did the
back.
thing.
To the service?
Okay, let's get the next bus out of here.
Wait. One last question.
Oh my gosh.
Last question.
The way I don't... at first you said you couldn't tell us the enemy because we could summon him, but you didn't answer simple questions. Would he be our enemy as well as yours?
I would certainly hope so.
I guess I can't insight this plane.
Yes, you can. You can.
Please don't. You're my cousin.
You can.
Oh,
What'd you get?
hold on. It was a base 17. But hold.
Tuck missed.
Come back. Into +5. 22.
22.
Hey,
You get the impression from this conversation, everything that's been said, that it feels like to this Juven echo that this enemy should be the enemy of every species he's mentioned so far: giants, dragons, elves, dwarves, halflings, humans, etc.
not tieflings though. So
Tieflings.
Blood.
This should
Alright.
be an enemy of
this is like this
sentient living creatures.
Okay.
Blood.
Okay.
Right. Final question. I do apologize. Do you want to just go to the top of the wall? We're making your own way out.
I like votes for top of the wall.
You can take us to the top.
Yeah, we can take it to the top.
The top.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember.
I mean, I do have a train, you guys. It's a pretty comfortable ride. I mean,
Oh no. There are people like me who will be waiting for us on the train. No, we will go to the top of the wall.
Or we could just be.
Yes. Definitely the top of the wall. Good call, Pino.
You guys are kind of weak, huh? Yeah, that would be a problem.
Literally, you would have been stuck here.
Fino walks up to Wild Paris
That's not a
and looks
strength
up
thing.
at him. Fino walks up to him
I
in his
heard that
face
part.
and looks up at him, and then sleight of hand tries to pick his pocket. What are you at, big man? You're such a tough guy.
Go ahead and roll.
Give me some. Damn it. 14.
14. Okay, well, he is looking at you, and 14 is not high enough. As you go, he just kind of like steps back a bit. I don't know what you were trying to prove here, man. It's I'm stronger than you. That's okay. You should be okay with that. But no, if you guys want to, I mean, I kind of have to go where you're going, I think. So, you know.
Why do you want to be on your train versus just going straight to the top?
Well, I mean, there's some people kind of to talk to, but they'll make their way out eventually. I'll see when they get out.
You have friends?
No, I have employees.
Give me treasure. I was promised treasure from the dungeon. Where is it?
And I will not be evaluating treasure. Again, we're reiterating that.
The voice did something about some items.
Yeah, the voice did mention items. And there were clearly a number of untruths told to get you down here. Right? We'll navigate that topside.
No, like the voice we were talking to, like
yes,
right now.
That voice has promised items as well.
Okay.
But the voice does say, "Well, it was a good existence. I do hope you all will make the right choices going forward, and do say hello to the next Juvens you meet."
I will say, au revoir.
And let them know I was first. And there's a glow and a hum from it as it woo, 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 woo. And there's a bright flash of light. As
when
you
he does
all,
that, I want to try to pick his pocket again.
there's no movement in this moment.
Okay.
It is almost like it is very ridiculous. As
I just
you
want to
all
take something
are,
from him because he's an asshole.
as you all are relocated, the light dims. I believe. Oh, who had the glow coming in here? Let me check the initiative.
Oh,
Jerry?
Jerry? Right.
What's it, Jerry? It was
Pretty
Jerry
sure
with the
Jerry.
18. Yeah. 18 high.
Yep.
Okay. So, as the light dims and you find yourself at the top of the wall on the entrance that you first came down to take your first seat on the train, there is now a very heavy chest at the feet of the group. Jerry, you find in your possession this staff that seems to be calming in energy and kind of coalescing as you look at it very quickly. And as the wood begins to seal and these runes begin to pop up on it, you can kind of feel the heat, but it's not enough to hurt you. And it seems like, as you're looking at it, like it's being built and unbuilt repeatedly, rapidly, before settling into its final shape of a wooden arcane staff. The
Construction of this, do I feel like it's being built for me?
No, you do not feel like it's been built personally for you. But you all find yourselves. Let's put you here. I don't actually have a top of the steps map. But you find yourselves at the top of the palisade, the walls as they were. Relcurus, hands on hips, he has stowed his two weapons, kind of gives a stretch and a deep breath. Oh, it's so good to be out of there, for real. Oof. You guys don't know how long I was in there. He kind of rubs the back of his neck.
Less than 2 weeks.
Oh, no. No, it was long. It was months.
Months? Why were you down there for months?
Sits down on one of the benches. Oh, well, it takes a long time to find the right combination of people, you know? That was a doozy.
Why wasn't your first crew able to get through? What did you do?
Well, I didn't go down there myself originally. Like, I hired some people. They were pretty well traveled. They weren't getting the job done. Time was passing, so I had to go down there myself. Thank you guys, though. That was really, really clutch of you. I appreciate everything y'all did. Honestly, from here, you didn't save my life.
We saved your life.
You didn't save my life.
You've been stuck there forever.
No, I think he was bluffing.
No, you were threatening to destroy it. You would have destroyed it. You would have been stuck forever.
I wasn't going to destroy it. That's a bluff. I've been taught the ways of bluffing.
No, you're lying right now. You're bluffing right now. Which is the point?
No. Again, you can't blow up the only door. Then you're stuck.
That's what you were. Oh.
I was I was lying. I've been lying. I lied to you guys a lot. The few interactions we've had. Like, this shouldn't be a surprise. I was lying to this unknown thing.
Why are you a giant?
What? Why are you a tiefling? What kind of fucked up question is that?
Giants are not supposed to exist. How are you here?
Well, excuse me. No, I know. It's a thing. Listen, guy. What's your name? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. I hired a lot of people.
Fino.
There are things. I work for someone too. I work for someone too. So there are certain rules that I have to abide by. Certain things I can and cannot say about my persons. How I am about is one of those things I cannot say. Miracle of life.
Mm-hmm.
How about you make with the miracle of payment?
You owe us 4 billion platinum.
No. That's clearly way too much.
That's just not.
Is it?
We may have saved the world.
And certainly your life.
That's not what I heard. I heard you just start a time. A little tick, tick, tick on the world. Hmm?
You were about to be trapped for your whole life.
You keep saying that.
When we saved the world.
Because you can't count or something. Adults.
No, because there was a room that was supposed to have a conversation in it that's supposed to be had. I didn't have the conversation. And it appears that conversation has been hijacked by something else entirely. So, good on me, huh? Listen,
No,
so
sir, not you.
there are a couple things that are important here. I am going to pay everyone. Everyone's going to get paid
Okay,
very well.
You die.
Right now.
Right now.
Does it look like I have bundles of money on me right now?
You
you
might
are a
pull out
giant.
your pouch. Let's see. Empty it.
I'm not emptying my bag of holding. I don't have a bunch of money in there right now. Listen.
I don't
You might have a
believe
bunch
it.
of money.
Collateral. Give me collateral. You owe us a
I'm
lot.
not giving you. My goodness.
I
I
will kick you off this
understand you're upset. I really do. And the wall's not built out. It is a good 100 feet across. It'd be very hard to kick him off of it.
Oh, okay. So it's not this.
No, it's not this small.
Is Sparta?
It's not this small looking section here.
Roll initiative,
Okay.
everybody. I'm about to attack Buckert. Play.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, Teddy!
Okay.
By the way, go ahead. No, after.
He says, "All right, listen. This is what I'm going to do. This is kind of my plan. If I didn't myself solve this thing, things are going to change for you guys. You guys are going to be, smidgen known, not famous, but well known. You guys are going to get offers to join various groups. I would like to give a pitch for you to join mine. I do represent quite the entity. We would love to have you on board. You're very capable. We pay well. We do have a handful of rules and regs, but nothing crazy. You interested in? I'm not a con artist.
Give me my money first. You talk about paying. I don't.
Why do I gotta keep expressing to you that I don't have monies on my persons right now? How much money are you holding right now, huh? Could you pay me?
Perhaps.
You can't blame her.
Your fee would be quite low since you would have failed.
Wow.
Fino starts laughing loud.
What's this fucking laugh?
You have to understand your mistrust. You literally just told us that you lied to us all the time.
Not the listen. Like, I didn't need anything of praise. That was a lie. Sheila and the king without that part. Okay. I didn't let you guys just fucking dungeon diving. You did the thing. Y'all's thing was just her. I just lied to her.
Relation has a bank. Let's go there right now.
I don't have to go to a bank. I got the money. It's just not on me. Like it's at HQ.
When will you give me my money?
So let's go and get it.
One thing I like more than lying is my money.
We will not part ways until I have my coin in hand.
I don't want to part ways. I want to hire you.
No, fuck that. Give me my money.
How can you hire us when you haven't paid us for the first
Exactly. We close off one job before we discuss any further arrangements.
My goodness.
This is great.
Why is he
I'm having so much fun
this
with
is
this.
unreasonable? I don't understand
Sweet
this.
Elestria, I'm gonna jump.
Please, leave your bag up here.
You know what? He
leave your
flips
shit.
the bag of holding inside out, right? What falls out are some rations, a book, a pillow, a very nice pillow, a nice blanket, some polish for his weapons, and that's it. That's all I have in here. Okay?
You almost burned us alive for a pillow? In a satin pillowcase? Please.
It was a gift, and he puts it back in. This was a gift. Do you not value people and the things they give you? He puts it all back in the bag and ties it back.
Anyway.
Oh, this is a very good book. This is the printed manuscript for the play, The Discontinuance. I'm a big fan, and I got the
Actually, let me
playwright
see
to
that.
sign it. No,
Wait, let me
and
see
he
it.
puts it he puts it in his bag.
I mean, you
That's
dropped it in the floor.
Read it as we
that's
walk
he,
through
he
the
picked
dungeon.
it right back up.
Right?
That's a first edition. Are you crazy? So just to be clear, we're waiting on the elevator. Once it gets here, we can leave. But like, it's a whole thing to get off the wall because we're super fucking high in the air. But no. So like, I work for the Last Legends. We like to offer you a contract of employ. Um, you'll be getting some other offers once people realize that you cleared the capstone. That's a big deal. Which, as you know. You'll probably hear from some jackasses. There's this the ones you got to avoid. Me to you as a friend. Let me just tell you these people. So you want to avoid the Samson Music Group. Bunch of assholes. Don't do it.
Oh,
You're going to definitely want to avoid. Between you and me, it's a
Don't do this.
cult. It's a cult. They don't say they are. Um, they don't. Light of the Lost. Okay, they have different names,
What?
but you can tell because they all like shadows a little too much. You want to avoid them. There's this outfit out of Faust, the Eclipse. Don't go near them. They're fucking crazy.
Oh, not crazy.
Let me tell you, these sun worshipping assholes, stay the fuck away from them. And there's these little studious arcane supremacist motherfuckers. I'm gonna avoid them too. Vesto. I don't like those guys. But no, us Last Legends, we're solid. We're good people. We get the job done, which is most important. But for completing this, you will be granted your own little guild hall room. So if you want to set up an independent shop, you're welcome to. I would just ask, maybe a few contracts, a little exclusivity over this way.
Is this an MLM? What is this?
No, I'm just saying, like, we could partnerships. You don't have to sign under us exclusively, but we could be the preferred contracts. We could reach out to you, and you do a lot of our things.
Who's
Honestly,
your
if you're not,
boss?
who's my boss? Well, that's you have to join to find that out.
I'm history checking on this group, Brian.
What?
Right, this whole shit just is ridiculous.
History checking what?
I just did a history check on the name of the group. What is it called again?
Which group? The Last Legends?
Last Legends.
Yeah.
14.
Wait, same.
You've heard of it in passing. It's come up to you on travelers who have gone past and stopped and smoked with you, but at times, they've employed a wide range of people for a wide range of things. It's kind of hard to get a beat on what they're about and what they really care about. What did you roll, Catcher?
Nothing useful.
Cool. But Philly, it's very hard to know what they're about, but everything you've heard, they do pay out their contracts. They've never stiffed anyone. They've never seemed to double cross or double book. If you fail, you fail. There doesn't seem to be any heavy repercussions on it. They'll just never hire you again.
Everything I heard, what?
They won't double cross you. They won't double book a contract. But if you fail, you're done. You don't get second chances with them. If you fail one contract, they'll never hire you again. So he says,
What's
yeah,
the name
what?
again? The last something?
The Last Legends.
Yes, sir.
So that's the outfits. There's some run-of-the-mill pop-up ones, but that's the real ones that have footholds here in Escalation. like I said, I do look forward. Oh, here's the elevator. Let's get on. You all make your way. It's a very it's of
Love
course
it.
arcane based. There's a operator that's sitting on it. He kind of has on headphones that preclude him being able to hear conversations had. But as you all get on, he does cast an enchantment and begins slowly lowering down. So yeah, I just I'll walk you to your guild hall, your room. It is a bit in disrepair, as this is an unexpected turn of events, and it was Last Legends property. We were going to offer that to whomever completed the contract for us, and we did grease some palms to ensure Last Legends were the only ones down there. And that was kind of frowned upon, but hey, money talks, as they say, and we maybe ensured that other groups couldn't get their money in time. But I'll walk you to there. You, of course, also as part of your payments, we're going to be paying for rooms at the chateau here on the upper level for as long as you like, within reason, nothing beyond a year, of course.
Mhm.
And so you want me to let me walk you to the guild hall first, then I'll take you to your rooms, and then I'll see you when I see you. But I mean, come to me to get paid. But after that, I'll see you when I see you.
Wait, no, but you're paying us now, right?
If you want, you can come to the guild hall now. I can pay you now, but I feel like you might
Yes.
want to see your room so you know where to take your money.
Nope. Well, I mean,
You know,
can you? Wait. I thought our rooms were in the chateau.
Yeah, that's on the upper level. The guild hall is on the first level. So there's traveling distance. I can walk you. I can escort you back. You don't gotta worry about getting jumped or anything. Just come on. Let me show you the guild hall first. And he does walk you through escalation, and I'll bring it to the map, manage so you can see it too.
Hold on, Brian. So the guild hall is the chateau in the guild hall, or
no,
is this something different? Okay,
something different.
But the rooms he's talking about, there are two different sets of rooms.
So he's offering rooms for you all to stay in the chateau, which is the largest tavern/inn on the upper level. It is one of the premier residents, like long-term. I'm just stopping by, but I don't own property here.
Okay.
Very fancy hotel, essentially. So he's gonna pay for rooms for all of you there, as long as you'd like, within the constraints of 1 year. And also part of your prize or winnings is your own guild hall.
Oh,
and,
okay.
In the confines of the guild halls. Yeah. So this is escalation. This is a miniature of the city. The wall was up here, and the elevator brought you down. This is the upper tier. There are a handful of noble houses, the upper echelon stores, a very nice park, and of course the chateau. Lower down the first level, there's the entrance. There's a barracks as soon as you enter. There's a nice little tavern. There's one of the premier blacksmiths, somewhere you get armor, weapons. Pretty decent tavern down here. You got a market. You got the jeweler, magic emporium. Guards to see who's going up and down, up to the upper tier. There's a graveyard upon entrance, kind of an intimidation factor they like to do here. But it is an actual graveyard, of course. These are all residents, local livings, a very nice tavern, some more local livings, the farmland, another tavern, and the guild hall. This is the Like Lost, they have the back left.
Hey.
This is the Eclipse, the outfit out of Faust.
Oh wow! So they're all really here.
This is all these groups here. Samson Music Group, representing Evan Woods. This is the outfit out of Chilavesto.
That's so hilarious.
This is the broken down guild hall that is going to be yours.
Oh my god!
Needs some repair. And I gotta put theirs back in. There's supposed to be another room here for the Lost Legends.
Eclipse got a nice big room. Hey, what's
Eclipse
going
is
on
actually
here?
over here. The Lost Legends have the largest room. I gotta refit Eclipse's room.
Why don't the Light of the Lost have the largest room?
Because the Light of the Lost don't need a lot of space.
Does Jerry
Good
hate
answer.
all of these groups?
Say again?
Does Jerry hate all of these groups?
Jerry's not aware of any of these groups.
All right, cool.
Are they aware of the Philly pack?
Please, that's not a thing.
So again, this is essentially a scale model. I'm building out the larger of them all. But and there's also the Undercity. This is the Overcity. There is a Undercity as well, as this is an elevated city.
Mm.
But we'll explore that later.
Very cool.
But this is Escalation.
Love it.
And that's 11:30, so we'll call it there.
Appreciate you for tying our old folk in this.
Right.
That's crazy.
Although that description was a bit much. No.
Hey,
Did he call you a folk?
This is one person's point of view.
No. That's awesome, though.
From the little bit I know.
Sorry for not really. Sorry guys for not really being here tonight, but I was watching that Ravens game.
You're all right.
Good win too. Good win.
Good win. I wish I scored more points. I mean, more defensive fantasy points.
We had 4 fucking turnovers. What do you want?
Yeah, well, I needed 2 more, Chris. I'm going up against Colonel West right now.
Very good session, everybody.
Lose and then count on the Ravens defense. That's ridiculous. Great session, guys.
Yeah. I'm very curious about this enemy thing, seeing as how interested, based on what we know from last campaign, that's real questionable.
I'm worried we're going to be the enemy based on last game.
Oh, you mean the previous group, the Misfits?
I think as the Misfits, we collectively decided to skip side tasks. I think there was a lot of shit that we missed. It just went bow, 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 you know? And so I wouldn't be surprised if we fucked up.
I'm sure, within a month of the game, we let a green dragon into the world.
We made mistakes.
Right, but the people, civilization are the one who used to defeat the dragons. The arcane vein. It was given as from the gods to defeat them. So
from the gods or from us?
Wait. So are the gods the enemy?
Who said arcane vein came from the gods?
You did.
What character told you that?
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Good game.
Good night.
Peace.
Who said that? Oh, where did we get that
know
from?
what they know.
I remember that material coming from the mountains, but I don't remember God
I don't know if
putting
it was
it there.
from the mountains or
from last campaign is going to muddle your brain so much.
It is. Probably just let it go.
I know, but I'm just wait. I'm trying to remember the story now.
Because I'm not leaning too much on it because everyone wasn't there for last campaign. It is foundational to the world, but
I know that's why I'm just curious about it. But
I don't want to have many lost in the sauce.
Character wouldn't know anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm not even paying attention. I know better.
You guys asked a lot of good questions, though. You guys are very good at getting information.
I'm gonna have to watch this one back.
Yeah, lots of things.
Yeah, I just was more focused on the game than my bad. Once again.
No, you're good. You're good. They were asking a shit ton of questions, so nothing. I don't think anything was possibly missed.
Slyback wants to take a look at that staff.
Yeah, build that out.
Pet that dog.
Yeah, it didn't even cross my mind. They would want to take that for themselves.
I tried to take it.
You guys did take
last session.
What time?
The staff?
You already have a staff. You took the staff off the Warforged. Now you guys have 2 staffs.
Right, but we never actually stopped to take any time to see what it did yet.
Nope, that's in the past.
Yeah.
We got to see what that staff does and the staff that Jerry just got now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Just scooping shit in this motherfucker.
Hey, good on you for bringing Dunamancy into the campaign.
That's legit what I thought when I thought keeping time.
Hey, no, it works out. It works out well. Shout out to Matt Mercer.
That was a great idea.
It was. It really was. It is exciting, though. I like how we're progressing here.
So, what was the final ownership of time that we got? Because
240.
I started watching the game, man.
240
240 what?
Days.
That's like a one shot? We can go back that far?
Well, no. That's how much time was built up. We'll see what that translates to for the item. There were 50 days built up as far as time looping is concerned.
All right.
Between all the loop nonsense, 250 days passed.
We'll see how we can utilize it.
Well, I gotta build out the item, so we'll see what that turns into.
Cool. I think banking time is dope.
I mean, no, it's a really cool concept. I'm sure I'm going to be really annoyed about having done it later.
Go back and watch In Time with Timberlake.
Nah, I just watched Loki. I'm nice and prepped for time loop nonsense.
Are you prep for time as a currency?
Nah,
that's what you reminded me of, Chris, when you were talking. When you said like rich people, I thought that's what you were talking about. But then you said golf. I was like, oh,
yeah. That's what I was kind of alluding to. That's why I used golf. And I guess I buried the lead. Not I guess. I did bury the lead, which was the mulligan. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, but
yeah, it was about the mulligan and rich people having mulligans and golf on this.
I will build out the item and we'll figure out. I forgot what makes the most sense for this.
Mm-hmm.
Because it could get really wonky really fast. So I'll see. I'll play with some things. See what feels like it fits the best.
Sands of Time Dagger.
We'll see. I mean, jumping back like a day would be so fucking tricky.
That would.
Yeah, jumping back any significant amount of time would be very tricky.
Especially because we just spent 3 hours in real life time that took like 15 minutes in game.
Yeah.
Ooh, could we use this time as like save points?
I mean, that's what well.
Okay, Morty.
Yeah, very Morty. We see how that turned out. Jumping this pool of acid.
I haven't
Yes,
seen
yeah.
the episode.
What?
Oh, you haven't
It's
seen
an
that
Oh,
old
is
one?
it
one.
not
It's
in
an
this
old
new
one.
season?
No, the old
No,
one.
no,
Where he had to
no.
jump in the vat of
That's
acid at the end.
Wait,
Because
what?
he made save points, so Morty kept going back and reliving mistakes.
Oh
And
yeah.
because he made fun of Rick in that vat of acid thing, jumping in and having
Yep.
the fake bones.
Yeah, all right. When do you think about that episode as save points? The one where they were both inserting little tubes inside the helmet, remembering shit.
Oh, that's the memory thing.
Oh, those aren't
Different
save points.
episodes. Different episodes. That was
That's
saving
more
memories.
mind blowers.
Yeah, they were taking out their memories because they were harmful and storing them.
Right.
The save point thing was an actual video game-esque save point, going back to the point you hit save on. That's an interesting concept. Tricky though. I'll throw some things around and we'll see. We'll see what we land on.
Right.
I may give you guys like maybe 3 options to pick from.
Well, time is on our side. Huh? Yeah, thank you.
Man, this is just like those fucking rubies where I did not consider it would leave the first dungeon. And
After we are out of the dungeon, I check my bag. Do I still have the 5 keys?
yeah, you still have them. Fast. Yeah, once again, just not considering certain things coming out of this building.
Damn, that's an unsolvable dungeon now. That's cruddy
Yep.
for anyone.
Well,
who
it
ends
doesn't
up
need to
there.
be that doesn't need to be solved anymore. That's opened now. People can still peruse it to see if there's any scraps of discovery to be made. But it
Wait, but
literally
when we went into the room, well, Vicarious already had his little scroll. He was like, "Yeah, you can't use my shit. Sorry, buddy. You got to do it again. Get out of here."
that's because he hasn't finished out the entirety of the capstone. You guys cleared the capstone. He hadn't gone down to talk to. He hadn't cleared the room of doors, and he had not cleared Juven's yet. So the dungeon was still active. But you guys can go back down there and look to see how it works.
Okay.
No, it's not a full scope of the puzzle is all. But
Shit, we maybe able to sell one of these as an artifact of the capstone dungeon.
it is it is something unique for sure. But yeah, so next session I'll have I think maybe 3 options for what this item's going to be. I'll have the other things that are in that chest you guys got. And, eventually you will go to the Last Legends HQ and get your pay. And, we'll go from there. And, a group name might be slightly helpful. And if you don't have one, that's okay. But that's going to, impact whether or not people know who you are and can contact you. Like if you're just an unnamed group of assholes, and that's kind of hard to, track down and praise and all that fun stuff. Your name can't really.
I think we should go with the sticky noodles. Shout out to Feely.
I think everybody should put at least one option in the chat. Sorry, Midas, I'm pretty sure you've used up all yours. I'm kidding.
Yeah. What are all these notifications?
They're all different levels of suspect names.
All of them. The dedication to the bit is incredible.
Well, I think it's just throwing things at the wall and seeing what sticks. If you keep throwing bad ideas, you'll get a good one eventually. You just gotta get it out the mind,
No, that's not how any of this works.
What about missing piece?
Missing piece? That's a dope name.
I actually like that. Missing piece.
Open to like slightly interpretation, Like, are we saying that we are the missing piece? Are we saying that we have a missing piece?
So would
we
it be
keep getting confronted with keys. The key is always the missing piece for us.
would
That's
it
a
be
callback to
missing
that. A little
piece
bit of a
or
double entendre.
the missing piece?
I think
The missing piece, right?
you like the.
I like the.
I could go either way.
I always like the because it like declares itself as a thing.
I don't know, man. Justin Timberlake and the Social Network told them to drop the. Just Facebook.
Justin Timberlake and the thing also told him to do that Man in the Woods album.
That was Timberland told Justin Timberlake to do that. That was a misleading.
Timberland told Justin Timberlake to do everything. What are we talking about?
Multiple different
Broken clock
things.
is right twice a day.
Multiple different things. But no, I mean, throw it in the chat. That's a pretty good one.
I like the missing piece.
Also, everyone
Ooh,
level up.
what if we did
as
the
you have
missing
cleared.
piece? Like, oh, sorry.
Everyone level up as you have cleared the capstone dungeon.
Oh, fuck yeah.
All right, yeah, fucking right. What if we did the missing piece as like the missing piece, like peace, anti-war?
Oh boy. You guys just actively chose to take a more powerful item than making sure no one died.
That was a hard call.
What's that got to do with our name?
Was it a hard call?
Again,
You
the
guys-
keepers.
You guys
Like
decided
Finders
that
Keepers.
pretty quick.
It was not a hard call for Slyrack at all.
It was a hard call for Michelle.
Oh, for
Hey
Michelle.
man, listen.
Just me.
How do you know Jerry doesn't believe in some real George Orwell freedom to slavery shit? You know, let's get it.
Listen, I'm not saying your character's good or bad. I'm saying that maybe don't put the word peace as in non-violent in your thing.
I think it's ironic.
That it's missing. If we roll with that,
Oh, missing piece. Oh, that's kind of dope. Actually,
Missing.
right?
that phrasing
Ooh,
is
yeah,
fascinating.
drop the. Yeah, missing
Yeah.
piece.
That's
I kind of like that.
That's a pretty interesting name.
If we don't go with it, I claim that as a band title in perpetuity.
Well, all right, folks. I'm gonna make some items
Yep.
and figure out this loot. Welcome to escalation. And we'll see what nonsense you guys get into here.
We need to find a shop
There's
to
lots of
get
shots.
my
Night, y'all.
sentence and land my plane. We need to find a shop to get my look on.
Oh,
I'm not trying to be invisible no more.
cool. Until next week, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the